Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. We're at Stacy King Cobra's Boxing Club. You're watching True School Sports.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I made a video about this fight like 2 months ago when it was first being mentioned and discussed as a fight that would happen. I was more than sure it was going to happen, so that's why I made the video. Now it's finalized. Y'all can say the date. The date will be December the 2nd. And it's a fight for boxing fans where I feel like if you're following the 154-pound division, the junior middleweight division, you should really take some sort of intrigue in this fight because it features, a name that we haven't heard too much about over the last couple of years. We have Josh Kelly looking to get back on the road to potentially becoming getting a world title shot and making the people that once believed in him believe again. And he's taken on what I truly believe, since the loss to David Avanesyan a couple years ago, this will be on paper his toughest test to date. And none other than Troy, the Trojan Williamson. Now, I'm very familiar with Troy Williamson. I've went back and forth with Troy a couple of times on Instagram and Facebook over the last few years because I thought he lost to Harry Scarf. But since that fight, Troy Williamson has developed greatly. I think he's really proven himself to be one of the top fighters from the UK in this weight class. And not just that, I don't think he's just a top UK fighter. I think he's a legitimate top 10 to 15 contender in the junior middleweight division. I mean, right now as it stands, Troy Williamson is number 8 in the WBA, and he's number 6 in the WBO. So he's a win or two away from potentially being in line for a title shot. Now, domestically, and for this division, it's a big fight because Josh Kelly had a lot to prove. And if you've anybody who's actually watched his last couple of fights since the loss to Avanesyan, gone are the days of Josh Kelly boxing with his hands down and relying on pure athleticism. Now he boxes more with the textbook British style, which the jury's still out on if that will work for him long term or not. But he had lost one fight to Avanesyan. He had a draw with Ray Robinson, where people thought he had lost that fight as well. So it was clearly he had to make some sort of adjustment. So he's made some adjustments by tweaking his style. But this is going to be a really good fight because Troy Williamson is, a guy that can go the full 12 rounds and is very strong and very durable. He showed in the Ted Cheeseman fight he could have, a war. And if you hit him with a big shot, he'll hit you with a bigger shot and get you out of there. He showed also that he could be the aggressive counterpuncher and land the kind of shots that get you out of there just like that. So I think it's a great crossroads fight and a great fight for this division because both guys have a lot to prove. And I think, it's been interesting because both these guys are from the northeast part of the UK, Newcastle, Sunderland, Darlington area, like that whole area. I believe Middlesbrough might be in the northeast as well, but don't quote me on that one. So they have that rivalry going on, that northeastern rivalry going on. They're getting the football clubs involved. Josh Kelly is a Sunderland fan. Troy is a Newcastle fan, supposedly, and they're both saying they're both trying to downplay each other's support for their football clubs. So it's pretty interesting. But football aside, I really believe that if Troy Williamson wins this fight, it's going to be a great on his resume. I mean, he will have, in my eyes, if Troy wins this fight, he will have officially conquered the British level in my eyes because he's beating the guys like Ted Cheeseman in a great fight. Your Mason Cartwright, your Kieran Smiths. The only guy that really at domestic level that gave him any problems and I thought he lost to was Harry Scarf. So I would like to see that rematch in the future, but Harry Scarf hasn't been able to get fights because boxing's just messed up sometimes, so it's unfortunate. But Troy versus Josh Kelly is going to be a great fight. And I think the fight within the fight is, for Josh Kelly, from his side of things, when Troy lands those first big shots or lands his stiff jab on him, does Josh Kelly revert back to the athletic, reflex-based style that he had in the past, which got him found out when he stepped up in competition, or does he stick to this more textbook style he has? That's what's really intriguing for me about Josh Kelly going into this fight is kind of what's going to happen when he gets put in a tough predicament. And then for Troy, my thing for him would be, because he's had these problems in his career, whether it be the Harry Scarf fight or whether it be the fight against Mason Cartwright. Can Troy stay, or even Ted Cheeseman, can Troy stay mentally engaged in the fight long enough to where Josh Kelly isn't going to hit him with anything big? Because one thing we do know about Josh Kelly, I wouldn't say he's a big puncher. Like, he's not like a heavy-handed puncher, but he's a sharp puncher in the sense that, like, if he can sometimes hit you with the punches you don't see. And anybody who's been in the ring that's boxed, even sparred or been an amateur or whatever, if you've ever been put on headgear and boxed somebody who knew what they were doing, anyone knows that the hardest shot that a person can take is the one you don't see. So that's my thing for Troy. He has these times in fights where he has mental lapses, and I think that if he's not careful, he could have those again against Josh Kelly and get his mouthpiece punched out again like he did against Harry Scarf. So with that being said, a good fight. Best wishes to both fighters and both competitors in the fight. If I had to pick who I think's gonna win the fight, I mean, I have to go back and watch more tape on Josh Kelly to make a better breakdown or prediction. But I really like Troy Williamson and the form he's been in. I like the fact that, he's been in there with different types of styles, grinders, counter punchers, all kinds of guys, and he's managed to come out on top. So I favor him right now, but I would say it's like a 60-40 fight, slightly in favor of Troy. So yeah, that's my take on the fight. Y'all let me know what you think. Troy Williamson, he's vowing to end the career of Josh Kelly. I didn't even read the damn quotes because I just kept rambling on here, but he pretty much said that. What did he say? He said, "This is the fight I wanted. He's had a good ride. Josh Kelly's had a lot of hype about him, but he's not propelled to the levels people thought he would reach. He's now fighting for the British title, and it's time to end his career, and I really believe I will do that." So there you have it. Troy Williamson trying to put Josh Kelly in the dirt and bury him on his way to a world title shot, and Josh Kelly trying to rise from the ashes and remind the world that, hey, there was a reason why you guys hyped me up in the first place, and I'm back. So should be a good fight. Looking forward to it December the 2nd. I'll definitely be covering it as it gets closer. Let me know what you guys think and who you favor going into the fight. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
And I think True School Sports, he's the truth. One of the best the best.
Ooh, the number one.
Number one.
Brandon, you've been there, man, and you're building up a good following with us.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to be a part of what you're doing, too. You are spectacular. And
thank you, man. All the best to True School Boxing, and keep up the good work.